All right, interweb land. Another Rosco Odyssee walk and talk. Kind of a new location. I like the peaceful walks. You know, we out here kind of early. Little industrial loop or commercial loop, I guess. I don't know, whatever you call it. But it's kind of a cool little peaceful walk. This cam isn't really focusing in. I'm using some newer. It's old equipment, but it's new to me. The autofocus on this thing's not that great though. It is used, but it's got the image stabilization. That seems to be working all right. See how it goes here. I mean, I like the phone camera stuff, but man, it's just, you know, if I get a call, that's what so I like to be able to keep my phone accessible. But yeah, so let's kick this walk and talk. Let's kick it off. We'll start it off with some weather. I'm not gonna do weather by the numbers today. We're just gonna go with it, man. We're just gonna go with it. How it feels, and it feels pretty good. It feels pretty good. Fairly clear, sunny. It's very cool, but calm. No winds. Oh, look at that. Tesla-Roddy truck right there. Tesla-Roddy truck. That's ugly. It's kind of cool ugly though, you know. So it's weird like that. It's one of them cool ugly looking kind of vehicles. Is it focusing in on it? Oh, there it goes. There it is. Live and direct. Interesting. And it's not on fire. It's not on fire. Whew. Good thing. Oh. I gotta get one more thing. I'll be back. Hang on. All right, I'm back. Let's try this again. So, I got a couple topics lined out for today. And it is it's kicking off like it's gonna be a pretty nice day. So, I try to follow a general format since I'm kind of getting back in the groove here. I want to make sure I express the day, which is Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025 or 2025. However you perceive it. Okay. So let's go with this here. So yesterday, I was trying to tie in a couple topics on yesterday's video. As I was kind of doing the preparation to upload, I realized I don't really feel like I did a cohesive didn't really present a cohesive thought. Like, I mean, the thought was cohesive, but I really didn't tie it together in what I was trying to present, or what I was trying to say. So let's try it again. Let's revisit that. So I'll start off with revisiting that topic, and see what else I got lined out. That's a little bit more, because I'm just kind of going off the you know, whatever's kind of being put in. I'm trying to, or whatever I'm thinking of, I'm trying to get it out. It's just without any kind of, you know, pre-written, formatted anything. Just going with it. Sometimes that's what it be. Just gotta go with the flow. It's not about going along to get along. It's just you gotta feel that flow and flow with it. It's like catching a wave. That's one of the little nuggets that's kind of cool about this area. I'm not too far from one of the premier surfing events. It's called Mavericks. And earlier this year, whoa, they had some waves that were wild. I mean, you got to see it, you got to feel it, you got to see it and feel it to really appreciate what goes on when they have a Mavericks, and it's freaking wild, man. The waves are, it's like, man, you're just waiting for Godzilla or King Kong or something to come up out of the water. It's like, what the? So it's pretty cool. But I'm about, I don't know, I'm within an hour of an hour and a half. Not too bad, or maybe a little bit. It depends on my drive. If I'm trying to get there, you know, I can cut it to an hour, 45 minutes. If I'm just kind of, you know, I get there when I get there, hour and a half, hour 15, something like that. All right. So tie into yesterday's concept. Let's go with that. So yesterday's concept, I mentioned work. I started off with the topic of work. I kind of gave the Bible some mention, a little bit of a shout out by the airport. Let's see if I can get my pan up. Southwest. Okay. And then I talked about a hand up versus a hand out. And I was trying to tie those concepts together. And it really does boil down to me, for me personally, work and working at something, being productive, you know. And I think that's the concept. Again, that's the concept of for me, the concept of the hand up versus the hand out. But I want to be real with it too, because there are people that need help. There are folks that need, you know, a sort of a way to make a way, a standard, you know. And I'm not gonna try and ignore that, because I think that's a real thing. So I'm not gonna ignore that. But also, don't let that be a crutch. Don't let it be a vice. Don't let it be something that you just figure like for me, you know, I don't want. I've been in situations, you know. A hand up though, like my uncle used to say, man, because he helped me out a lot, you know. But when he on the handout part, I think for a man, sincerely, I think it's hard to accept the handout, to be honest. For me personally, that's like, am I failing? You know, am I just? So that's, you know, that's how I feel about that. So there's a reluctance, you know, to ask for stuff. And I'm good with it, man. I figure, hey, that's part of life, man. That's part of trying to figure it out, put in the effort. Because I recognize I have my health, you know. God provides. He gives me what I need. I just got to use it to the best of my ability, whatever that is, you know. Someone that is a real high achiever and has got it like that and does it and makes it happen, that's great. You know, I might have to put 100% out to get 1% of, you know, capability. But once I stretch and get that one, that's like doing that first pull-up or that first push-up. You got one. You know, then you go for another one. And before you know it, you got 5, you got 10. you got 100, you got 1,000, and so that's been my approach. It's kind of a slow approach, but it's not intent. It's not purpose. It's not on purpose. There's actually some intent behind it in terms of just learn, keep learning, keep producing, staying positive. Pull little odd jobs here and there, and then keep it flowing. Doing this, keep it flowing. So that's where the hand up, to me, is there's a truth there, and the hand out, well, yeah, there's a reality there. But it's also, don't let the hand out be a crutch or be, relying on it, basically. And when you get that hand up, take full advantage of it, or not take advantage like in a bad way, but use it to its full potential if presented, and that's how, and try to use it the best way possible. And that's the concept that I'm trying to tie together. So there is, I think, for men, there is an importance of work, and working in whatever your profession or craft or whatever, and trying to keep it, and really being committed to having integrity, keeping things positive, productive, useful. And I'm not saying that I'm some sort of exemplary, example of that. We all, like I said, we all have our ups and downs, round and rounds, trials and tribulations. But so how would I tie that in? How I tie it in to a concept of the Bible is work, man. Is that work again? It's that ability. I think it's something related. It seems more related to being able to be free, with your capability. If that makes any sense. So even in the Bible, there's explanations of the importance of work and productivity. There's examples and stories, and then there's also examples and stories of providing for either the less fortunate or the not as capable. So it's all very real, but for the able-bodied and the healthy, you got your mind. It's important to keep our minds right too. It's easy to there's so much coming at us information wise, and and that's why I say with what I'm doing, I don't have manipulations and machinations for you. I got ideas, thoughts, informations, and considerations, and that's it. And I try to relate that or relay that. So I hope I was able to better tie in what I was trying to explain yesterday as far as work, Bible, and the hand up versus the hand out. All right. So with that, I'm gonna get on to another topic. And there's what is success? What I might consider success, you may not consider success. Whether it's financial, monetary, spiritual, economic, material, whatnot. But I think there's some similarities. There's some similarities to what we might perceive as differences, but yet still perceived as successful. And a couple examples. I'm just going with this now. Now I just got the topic. Now I'm just trying to free flow it to the best of my ability. So I got a couple fictional characters, but they're mainstream people. They're actual people, but I'm just using fictional names because, you know, there's all kinds of, you know, guidelines and whatchamacallits. And I try to be creative with it. So my example is basically a rapper and an investor, and you would both successful, but on different, like in similar ways, but by different means, but yet very similar. I don't know if this makes any sense, but my characters are Aaron G, the rapper, and Aaron B, the investor. Highly successful, and yet got there in very different ways. So we're gonna spin this and make our way back as I explain this. So you got one guy that's doing rhymes and raps and lyrics and music, and it's vibing with people. People like what he produces. They purchase his product. He's building a business. He does it well. Becomes successful. You know. You got another guy that looks at businesses, breaks them down, investigates them. He's looking at them. Is this legit or is it bullshit? I mean, can you imagine? You know, he's got to make that. He's got to draw those lines. He's got to give that evaluation. He's got to be real with it. You know, he's got to make some hard calls, well, what I consider tough decisions might be simple for him. It might be just a simple matter of numbers. I don't know. Very easy. Got some folks walking into the frame. Just gonna kind of be off to the. Look at that. Pretty cool. Nice little view. Airplanes taking off in the distance. Hey, top of the day. But now what's the measure of both of these examples' success? That really is the question. What's the measure of that success? And I could say, well, they made their fortunes. Well, so on and so forth. And I think there's even more to it. There's even more. What about the businesses that were either affected or built up? You know, the people working for either one of these guys. Those are the similarities in there. Let's check it out. So that's where I'm going with that. And maybe it's something to think about or not. But, you know, would seem like some very different avenues, but yet perfectly, or not, I won't say perfectly, but viably similar as a way to having success in life, you know. So I don't know, concept I was playing around with, an idea I was playing around with, and I think just kind of, that sun is blocking, just kind of panning around here, seeing how this works. And I think I'll just leave it with that on this one. So you got through it, and if you listen along this far, I thank you. Another Rosco Odyssey walks, walk and talk.